Hi and welcome back to my digital diary. This is my 8th week here in Dublin, so second week of isolation, and in this video I'll be doing something a bit different because I didn't want the video to end up like the last one did where I just ranted on. So because we are midway through the Erasmus experience, I decided it was a good time to do like a midpoint evaluation of how it has been going and how I can improve it moving on. So that's what I'll be doing in this video, and I'll just be using the SWOT analysis technique, and I'll explain what it is in a bit. So this video is just me reflecting upon these 8 weeks, not just this week. I thought it was a nice idea because that way I still get to reflect, even though I don't have much to reflect upon from this past week. And I hope you enjoy this. So before we actually get started, it's very important to be aware of what a SWOT analysis is. So it's basically a tool that you have to analyze anything in your life, yourself, a job, a paper you have to turn in, anything. And it's a way that divides the categories for you to analyze in a very easy way for you to be able to improve from this analysis. The first letter in SWOT is an S, which stands for strengths. So strengths come from an internal source, therefore from yourself, and they are helpful in achieving whatever you want to achieve. So it's something that you already have that is going to help you. So the next letter is W, which stands for weakness. They are also from an internal origin, but they are harmful, so they can be a block in your way to fulfill your goals. So it's wherever it's holding you back that comes from inside. So next comes the O, and this stands for opportunities. Opportunities come from an external source, so they are whatever the world is giving to you, but they are helpful. So it's whatever circumstances that you find yourself in that can actually help you and put you closer to achieving your goals. Lastly, we have the T, that stands for threat. These also have an external origin, but they are harmful to you. So maybe you have a negative person in your life, or maybe you find yourself in a situation that doesn't put you on the right track to where you want to go. Those are the threats. So now that we know what a SWOT analysis is, we can move on, and I can do my own. Moving on, in order to do this, I just am going to use this template that I found on Canva. I'll link it down below, along with a couple other templates that I found. Canva has a lot of templates, so you can use any one of your liking. There are ones that even have like the source and if it's helping or hurting, so you can guide yourself a little better, but I just chose this one. And from what I said before, you can pretty much gather that in order to do this analysis you have to have a goal. So my goal is to have the best time and make the most out of the rest of my Erasmus experience. So I just dragged it to the bottom and I put it on bold and made the letters a little bit bigger, but you can't see that because unfortunately I cut it and didn't realize. So when doing this analysis, I always like to first start with the inside origin stuff, so the stuff that comes from me, and then move on to the outside. So starting with my strengths, I think my English isn't like perfect by any means, but I have pretty good English and pretty good vocabulary because I have watched a lot of TV shows, and I actually started speaking English when I was like 4 or 5. So that's when I started learning it. So I have pretty decent English. I think I am pretty social. I can have conversations pretty easily, and make friends easily, so that's always good when you're having an Erasmus experience. I'm also pretty good with coming up with solutions when you're like in tight situations, so that might be useful when you don't know what to do for the weekend. I think I could probably come up with some stuff on the spot. I love to travel and I'm pretty organized, so I think I could like plan a weekend away or a trip to somewhere, or like even a week full of fun activities pretty easily. And I already do have a list of things I would like to go to and see, and places I would like to travel here, so that makes things a lot easier. So now we tackle what I think is probably the hardest part about this analysis, and that is the weakness. So for weakness, I'm a pretty big procrastinator. I will always leave everything for the last minute. I'm also on a very tight budget, which is not very good when you're in Ireland. I usually say that I'm in Ireland with a Portuguese paycheck, so it's not the best thing, honestly. I also overthink things a lot. I'm like, I would like to go there, but then if I go there, I can't go to this other amazing place. So I'm also pretty shy when it comes to like speaking to people in customer service. So that's not the best thing. Like at restaurants, I can't speak and stuff like that. I have pretty bad anxiety, especially over like school stuff. So sometimes I'll think that I have to do stuff for school, and so I have to do this so I can go out, and it's not necessarily true. My health, I've been speaking about this throughout the videos. I don't want to like speak about this again, but sometimes it's not the best. And also I tend to think that I have a lot of time to do stuff, when in reality I really don't, so that's a big flaw of mine. I think threats is a pretty easy category to go through. So I identified 3 big ones. So the prices of stuff, like I said, Portuguese paycheck, the weather, which sometimes you want to go to a certain place. Like I've wanted to go to Phoenix Park and it was raining, so I didn't go. And then the schoolwork, which again, anxiety, overthinking. So those are my biggest threats. They are even more powerful because of the weaknesses I already have. So as far as opportunity goes, I actually think I have a lot of opportunities. I just need to take advantage of them, and I actually think I have more than I put in there, but I think those are like the biggest, most important ones. So firstly, Dublin has a lot of spontaneous activities available to do that you can just like walk in and do it. You don't have to plan ahead. Secondly, we live very centrally, so we don't need to take public transportation to a lot of cool places. Third, we have a week of break, so that week is going to be amazing to get some traveling done. Maybe we'll go to like Belfast or Galway or Cork. Who knows, any of those places would be really fun to go to, and we really want to go there, so fingers crossed we'll be able to, maybe on this week, which is a very good week to get that kind of stuff done. So then we are going to experience one of, I think, the most exciting days probably while we're here, which is St. Patrick's Day. It's the national holiday, so I've heard it's very big. It has like a big parade. Everyone is having fun, and I'm really excited to experience that. Then my Erasmus colleagues, they are always doing fun stuff and having fun ideas to do. So even if I don't get to go with them, maybe I can look at what they have already visited and done, and maybe go myself if I think that's something that will interest me. And finally, we have free museums, which is always a plus in my book, because even if you don't have the money, if you're not on the best budget, you can still enjoy this. Lastly, one of my best friends is actually coming here next week to visit Ireland. She actually had this trip planned even before she knew I was coming here on Erasmus, but I'll just get to see her, and that's always fun. We always have a really fun time together, so I'm really excited about that. Maybe I'll get to do something different that I haven't done yet with her, and it's just a really nice opportunity for me, because I know that anytime I'm with her, I always have fun, even if it's not in the best situations. That's the end. This was my SWOT analysis. I hope you enjoyed it, and I think it will be very useful for the next couple weeks. I hope you liked it, and I'll see you on the next video.